What happens when the world's greatest empire turns its sword inward? When the danger isn't at the borders, but right at the heart of Rome itself? This isn't a war against barbarians. It's not about defending provinces or expanding frontiers. This is Romans fighting Romans for one throne, one empire, one man's vision of power. And in that struggle, over 150,000 soldiers will be thrown into a single battlefield, not to protect Rome, but to own it. This is the Battle of Lugdunum, one of the bloodiest civil wars in Roman history, and most people have never even heard of it. Let's rewind. The year is 197 CE. Rome has just come out of one of its most chaotic decades. The Emperor Commodus, you might remember him from Gladiator, was assassinated. And after him, the empire turned into a game of musical chairs. In just a few short years, there were multiple emperors, assassinations, backstabbing. The Senate lost control. The Praetorian Guard, Rome's elite soldiers, were auctioning off the throne to the highest bidder. It was political anarchy. The empire was rotting from within. And in the middle of that chaos emerged two powerful men. Septimius Severus, a hard, brilliant general from North Africa. He already held power in the eastern provinces. He had crushed a rival emperor in the east. He was bold, calculating, dangerous. And the other, Clodius Albinus, governor of Britain, ruling over some of the most battle-hardened legions in the empire. A powerful figure in the west. At first, they acted like allies. Severus even gave Albinus the title of Caesar, pretending to offer him the role of co-emperor. But it was all fake, just a distraction, because both men knew this alliance would not last. There would only be one emperor. And so, like all great rivalries in Roman history, this ended not in the Senate, not in the courts, not in negotiation, but on the battlefield. The city of Lugdunum, modern-day Lyon in France, became their arena. Neither side would back down. Both had massive armies. Both had political supporters and territories behind them. But think about this. The soldiers fighting on both sides, they wore the same uniforms, carried the same swords, trained under the same Roman discipline. They were citizens of the same empire, and yet they were marching toward one another to kill, to spill blood, to prove whose emperor deserved the crown. This wasn't a clash of cultures. It wasn't about religion or ideology. This was about one thing: power. Pure, brutal, unforgiving power. The ground at Lugdunum would become soaked with blood. The river would run red, and the outcome would change the course of Roman history. But what's even more terrifying is this. One of these emperors planned this war. He didn't just fall into it. He manipulated it from the start. He used titles, alliances, and empty promises to pull his rival in, and then strike. That's what makes this war different. It wasn't a tragedy. It was a strategy. One built on betrayal and paid for, with the lives of tens of thousands of Romans. So if you think Rome fell only because of outside invasions, think again. Sometimes the deadliest wars are the ones we fight against our own. And in 197 CE, Lugdunum became a graveyard for Roman ambition. This is how the blood spilled. This is how the empire cracked. And this is just the beginning. History is full of shadows, secrets, and forgotten voices, and we're here to bring them back to life. If this story moved you, imagine what else waits to be uncovered. From ancient fortresses to whispered legends, each tale holds power. So if you crave more journeys into the mysterious and the true, Don't forget to like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and most importantly, subscribe, because some stories deserve to be told again.